Bell Therapy and Wellness YouTube channel. Today we're going to be going over a band resisted lunge / split squat stance. So I typically use this exercise for clients where I'm trying to activate a little bit more of those glutes or deep hip rotators. So this is just a variation that you can do at home if you feel like you're needing some strength or something to kind of wake up those more deep hip rotator musculature. So the way I would set this up is I have either a long band here. So if you have a long band at home, what I would recommend is anchoring it to something firm, but making it into a giant loop, and then just tie a knot in the end so that you have something to step into, okay? I'm gonna use these are pull-up assist bands or mobility bands. I'm just gonna use this. I've looped it around the squat rack for something to anchor onto that's not going to move. All right, so what you want to do is the leg that you are working is going to be the outside leg in relation to where you have anchored your band. You're going to come out to where you feel a pretty decent resistance trying to pull your leg in. So you see how my knee wants to go in? So then I'm going to activate my glutes and hip rotators to bring this knee back out in alignment. Now, we're going to start with the split stance because it's going to be a shorter range of motion. This is where I would start, okay? So if we're here, my knee is fighting the resistance to go in, so I'm working to hold it out. And I'm going to start in my split stance, and I'm just going to come down slowly and then back up. Working on keeping my knee slow and controlled over my foot and then back up. Now, personally, if you go a little bit past your toes, I don't think it's the end of the world, to be quite honest with you. But I do think it's the control and not letting your knee be all over the place that is important, okay? So this is your split squat stance, banded resistance for deep hip rotators. Now, if this gets to where it's pretty easy, you can start to widen your stance. So get into that lunge form, okay? Leg all the way back, foot in front, hands wherever you want. You can put them on your knees, you can put them behind your head, you can hold them straight up, whatever you want to do. And I would actually suggest playing around with the hand variations to challenge your balance. So my hands are going on my hips because I'm going to then lunge down while keeping my knee controlled, not letting the band win, and then coming back up, okay? So this is your band resisted lunge work. It's really small, subtle work, but these deep hip rotator muscles are not that big. This is all they need. So, obviously, if you start to feel like you're losing your balance and coming in, then you can always take a step in to loosen up the resistance, okay? So what you do on one side, I highly recommend doing on the other side, and then that is for your deep hip rotators. If you need to flip it around and maybe work on the adductors or those internal rotators, you can actually take the band and place it on the inside of your thigh and set up the same scenario, okay? So it really depends on the purpose and what we're trying to tackle with this exercise, but just know that it works both ways. You have hip external rotators, you also have hip internal rotators. So depending on where you place the band will depend on what muscle group that you are trying to tackle, okay? So for this exercise, the knee that you are or the leg that you are working would be the inside leg to the anchor, okay? So band goes above knee joint, around that thigh, get into your form stance, whether it's split squat or lunge, get that band, keep it slow and controlled, good form coming down, and just making sure that you're really keeping that knee fighting that resistance throughout the whole movement, okay? So this is your banded split squat or lunge exercise, either for the deep hip external rotators or internal rotators and adductors. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it down below. Please like and subscribe if you found this helpful, share with a friend, and then stay tuned for more.